So you've built your app. Awesome. Now comes the hard part, right? How do you actually get it out into the world? Choosing how to deploy can feel like this huge make or break decision. Get it right and you're soaring, focusing on what you love, building. But get it wrong and suddenly you're an unwilling system administrator, just completely bogged down by infrastructure. And this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head. You know, the crazy thing is, it's not that deployment itself is so hard, it's that we're hit with this paralysis of choice. Cloud platforms give us way too many options, way too early, and it's so easy to get stuck. Sound familiar? Okay, so today we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to break down DigitalOcean's three main hosting options, Droplet, App Platform, or Kubernetes, and help you figure out which one is actually the right tool for your job right now. To make this super simple, let's use an analogy. Let's think about choosing your cloud hosting kind of like you're choosing a new place to live. First up, you've got the App Platform. Think of this as the fully furnished apartment. You just show up with your suitcase, or in this case, your code, and bam, you're in. Everything is ready to go. Super convenient, right? But you do pay a bit of a premium for that convenience, and you can't exactly knock down any walls. Then you have Droplets. This is your empty apartment. You get the keys, a blank canvas, and total freedom to make it your own. But you're also the one who's got to build all the furniture and fix the toilet when it leaks. And Kubernetes, oh boy. Kubernetes is like you're not just renting an apartment anymore, you're now the manager of the entire apartment complex. Yeah, it's powerful for sure, but it's a massive responsibility you probably don't need right now. All right, let's dive into that first option, the App Platform. And its whole reason for being is speed. It's all about getting you from idea to live fast. So what is it? It's a PaaS, which stands for Platform as a Service. Look, all that really means is that DigitalOcean handles all the messy stuff for you. The servers, the security, the scaling, all of it. Your one and only job? Write amazing code. And the workflow is, well, it's beautiful. It's this simple. You write your code, you push it to Git, and that's it. Your app is live. The platform just takes over and handles the entire build and deployment. It completely removes that whole infrastructure headache. So, you might be asking, is this for me? Well, it's perfect for anyone who's all about speed and simplicity over having a million knobs to turn. Think about a startup founder trying to get an MVP out the door, or a freelancer who needs to deliver a client project like yesterday. Or maybe you just hate managing servers. This is for you. Okay, but what if you want those knobs to turn? What if you need total control? Well, that's where Droplets come in. This is for all of you who want to be in the driver's seat. A droplet is what we call IaaS, or Infrastructure as a Service. And really, that's just a fancy way of saying it's your very own virtual server in the cloud. You get root access, you're not just in the driver's seat, you've basically been handed the keys to the entire car and told go nuts. And this is where the fun really begins, right? That freedom means you can install whatever operating system you want. You can set up custom software like Nginx or Docker exactly the way you need it. You can literally fine-tune every single piece of the puzzle. But, and you knew there was a but coming, with all that power comes a ton of responsibility. Now you're the one who has to worry about security updates. You have to set up your own deployment pipeline, your own monitoring. And yeah, you're the one getting that frantic call at 2 in the morning when something inevitably breaks. Now, besides all that control, the other huge advantage here is the price. For applications that have pretty steady, predictable workloads, Droplets can be seriously cheap. I mean, you can get started for just a few bucks a month. All right, let's talk about the big one, the elephant in the room, Kubernetes. It is an absolute beast for orchestrating containers, but honestly, it's probably the most misunderstood and misused tool out there. I want you to really listen to this quote because it might be the most important thing you hear today. Most developers do not need Kubernetes. It is a tool for managing operational complexity. And if you don't already have complexity, Kubernetes often creates it. Let that sink in for a second. So, what does that actually mean? It means you only reach for Kubernetes when you already have a complex system, when your app has grown into this big thing with multiple services, all running in containers, and you genuinely need something to manage all of that chaos. Don't use it to create chaos you don't have. And please, don't forget about the hidden costs here.
The real price you pay for Kubernetes isn't on your monthly bill. Nope. It's the cost in engineering hours, the insane learning curve, and the constant operational headache. You're not just building an app anymore. You're building and maintaining a system that builds and maintains your app.
Okay, so after all that, where does this leave you? How on earth do you make the right choice for your project?
Let's boil it down with a simple framework. Is your number one priority launch speed and simplicity? App platform, no question. Do you crave control and flexibility, and you're okay with doing the infrastructure work? Droplets are your best friend. And are you already juggling a huge multi-service application at scale? Then, and only then, should you start looking at Kubernetes.
So let's bring it all home and go back to our apartment analogy one last time. App platform is that furnished apartment. You move in fast, everything just works. Droplets are the empty apartment, a blank canvas for you to build your dream home. But you gotta do all the work. And Kubernetes, that's you, running the entire apartment complex. A huge job for a huge need.
Look, at the end of the day, this decision isn't about picking the fanciest, most powerful tool. It's not even about picking the cheapest one. It's about asking yourself this one simple question. Is my infrastructure helping me move faster, or is it just getting in my way? The right answer is whatever lets you get back to what you actually love doing, building cool stuff.